All right. My blood draw is complete. Apparently, taking antibiotics, not stopping them, is not an issue. But I'm not gonna lie, that was a different visit than I expected. In the sense that I went in and front desk people are a little bit frenzied. It's clear that they're pretty busy. Didn't I don't know if like people realize like, okay, like you just like come from like quite a distance to do what you're doing, and get, the treatment or whatever. But they were nice. In fact, one of them even let me hear chargers because I needed to charge my iPhone. But I think, the hardest thing was that I became mad at myself for not asking questions in advance, mainly how much it was all going to cost. So it turns out I was under the impression that the SOTs were going to add up to about maybe like $3,000 to $5,000 tops. But actually they charge about $3,000 per SOT, which means when I say per SOT, it means per like pathogen that they're trying to eradicate. So, and I have multiple. I have Borrelia, Burgdorferi, Borrelia I can't even say them, Afsani, Borrelia garini. I don't know if I'm saying them right, but that's what's been identified. And I have Bartonella. So if you're looking at just four, not including Epstein-Barr, not including other things, that's like $12,000 that they're asking me, not including like flights and all the Uber rides. So it was just a little bit disappointing that I didn't have that information, and that it didn't, like, for whatever reason, I was under a very different impression before I left. But and at one point I wondered if I should just stop, turn around and maybe get the SOT at Genesis, or at least find out if their prices are much lower. And I am mad at myself. Truthfully, I'm mad at myself because I think I've just been so hyped up about getting the SOT that as I was debating what to do, I'm like, okay, I woke up at 4:30. I made it to the airport. I made it to Orange County. I've gotten myself super excited that this is all happening. They told me that they will actually have the SOT infusion in 3-4 weeks. All of that. And so I kind of said to myself, I am moving forward. I like that I'm doing something. And so I just went ahead and said, you know what? So the nurse, her name is Anne, she said so I said, I want to get all of it done. She's like, that's going to be pretty expensive. It seemed like she was discouraging me. I could tell that she didn't think that was the best idea. And I said, well, what happens if I don't get everything done? And at the time, when I asked for everything, I was assuming that it wasn't going to be that expensive, as they ultimately said it was going to be. And she said, what we see is that when you treat one bacteria or whatever, or pathogen, that the rest of them are affected, that the others go down. So there's some sort of like, I don't know what you call it, cross-reactivity or interaction, whatever. But I guess I took the chance and said, all right, what do you suggest I do? So at first she looked at 3, but then when I added it all up and she added it in front of me, we were talking like $9,300. And I'm like, okay, no. Unless there's a success rate of at least 75% that they can guarantee me, I'm not spending that money. So what I ended up doing was just choosing 2, the Bartonella, which we know is a problem, and the Borrelia burgdorferi. And so I'm feeling kind of disappointed because I don't know what it's going to mean to only treat 2 things when I have multiple tick-borne infections. And I'm kind of honestly, I'm regretting not doing more research and not asking these questions in depth before leaving. But it's done. I always say try to see the glass half full, make lemonade out of lemons. And here's the thing. I'm going to potentially knock out 2 of my infections. And that's good news. And so, and I have the means to do that. So I need to just, I think, focus on that. And honestly, look at this place. It's so beautiful. I did a lot of window shopping today. Like I just went into a mall, went to Crate and Barrel, went to Anthropologie, went to, oh my gosh, I just went to this juice place called Nectar and treated myself to something called Celery Aid. Actually, it's not bad. It's weird. It's like drinking it makes you feel healthier. And I mean, even buying it makes you feel healthier. And now I'm just waiting for my Lyft driver to take me to the airport. Signing off for now.